Hello students, I'm Meenakshi Kaushik. Today we'll take your SST online class. In my previous class, I explained to you about the history chapter 2 from traders to rulers. In that class, I explained to you the meaning of history. What is the significance of history? Why the history subject is very important. In my previous class, I have given to you all the details regarding the importance of history, regarding the meaning of history. Now today I will explain to you about the classification of history, which I told you in my previous class. But again I would like to conclude my topic here, that is the classification of history. When we talk about the classification of history in context of India, so there was a very famous writer, the Scotland writer and thinker James Mill, who had written the book in 1817, The History of British India. In this book, he mentioned about the classification of history in three categories in context of India. First, he said that Indian history that was started from the ancient period, which was known as the Hindu period, and the medieval period, which was known as the Muslim period, and the modern period, which was known as the British period. Now question arises in front of us, why the James Mill, a very famous writer and political thinker, why he mentioned in his book this, when we classify the Indian history, we should say ancient history, that was the Hindu period, medieval history, that was the Muslim period, modern history, that was known as the British period. So in ancient history, that was started from the origin of human beings to up to the 8th century. Medieval history, when we talk about now the time period of the medieval history, that was 8th to 18th century. And the modern period, that was 18th century to till now. Right? So now the question arises in front of us, James Mill, why he said that? Ancient period of India, that was known as the Hindu period. Because during that time period, in ancient period, there was a rule of the Hindu rulers. There was a rule of Harshvardhana dynasty. There was a rule of Gupta dynasty. And there was a first empire, that was a Mauryan empire. Mauryan empire was there. Gupta dynasty was there. Kushana dynasty was there. Harshvardhana dynasty was there. And when we talk about in context of southern part of India, there was the Cholas kingdom, a very famous, a very prominent kingdom of southern part of India. Chola kingdom was there, Pandyas were there, Cheras were there, Chalukyas were there. Means to say that when we talk about in context of India, the ancient period, it was completely known as a period of Hindu rulers. This is according to James Mill. But when we talk about the medieval period, we firstly classified in the two categories. In two time periods, 8th to 13th century, that was known as a pre-medieval history, early medieval period. And 13th to 18th century time period, it was known as a later medieval period. But now, again the question arises in front of us, why this classification in two parts? Why the historian now classified the medieval period in two parts? The reason was this, because the medieval period was a very larger period, a very broader period. And that period was completely filled with the different type of developments, different type of changes, different type of revolts, different type of battles. So just for the convenience for our future generation, our historian divided this medieval period because of, the reason was the wider period. They divided the medieval period in two categories, in two parts, pre-medieval and post-medieval. It will be easier for our coming generation to learn it, to go through the medieval period, to go through this wider period properly. What were the developments, what were the changes, what were the consequences, what were the battles, revolts, uprisings happened in this period. So now James Mill said that medieval period was known as the Muslim period. Why he said that? Why he didn't say that this period was also the Hindu period? No, he said that this period was a Muslim period. The reason was this, because there was the emergence of Muslim rule in our country, Muslim rule in India. There was the two dynasties, Delhi Sultanate and Mughal Sultanate. These two dynasties emerged in our country. These two dynasties ruled our country. Delhi Sultanate, there was the rule of 5 dynasties. Slave dynasty, Khalji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasty and Lodi dynasty. These 5 dynasties were in the Delhi Sultanate. The time period of Delhi Sultanate was, it was started from 1206. The founder of slave dynasty was Qutbuddin Aibak. The founder of slave dynasty was the Qutbuddin Aibak. Or slave dynasty is also known as a Mamluk dynasty. इसको Mamluk dynasty भी बोलते हैं. So now after the slave dynasty, there were the very famous rulers of slave dynasty, Qutbuddin Aibak, Shamsuddin Iltutmish, Razia Sultan Begum, the daughter of Iltutmish, and the last one was the Ghayasuddin Balban. And there was the grandson of the Ghayasuddin Balban, Kaykubat, Kaykhusro, Kaykuwas. And after that, when the slave dynasty was declined, there was the emergence of the next dynasty, that was the Khilji dynasty. Tughlaq dynasty was there, Sayyid dynasty, and the last dynasty of Delhi Sultanate, that was the Lodi dynasty. And there was the last ruler of Lodi dynasty, Ibrahim Khan Lodi, who was defeated by the Babur, who came from the Central Asia. And when he defeated to Ibrahim Khan Lodi, the last ruler of slave dynasty, there was the foundation of new Muslim rule, new Muslim dynasty, that was the Mughal dynasty. And in this Mughal dynasty, there were the 6 great Mughals. They were belonging from one tree, one family. They were not from the different kingdoms and different dynasties. There was the first ruler of Mughal dynasty, that was Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur. After that Babur, there was the Humayun, his son. After Humayun, there was a Jalaluddin Muhammad Akbar. After Akbar, there was a Chagi, Shahjahan, Aurangzeb. And after the Aurangzeb, the son Bahadur Shah and the other ones. So means to say that, student, the medieval period, it was completely ruled by the Muslim rulers. Those were firstly came in our country just like the invaders. Mahmud Ghazni, Muhammad Ghori. In beginning, they were the invaders only. Their motto was to plunder India, to collect the immense wealth from India, and then they went from India, shunned out from India. And whatever the money they collected from our country, they spent in their own country for the beautification of their country. But now the one, after the Ghazni, after the Muhammad Ghori, he left his one slave, whose name was Qutbuddin Aibak. He was very trusted slave and general of Muhammad Ghori. And then he was a main person, main founder of the slave dynasty, main founder of Muslim rule in India. So students, now the medieval period, it was completely packed and completely ruled by the Muslim rulers. First was the Delhi Sultanate. That time period was the 1206 to 1526. And the Mughal Sultanate time period was the 1526, means the first battle of Panipat, where Zahiruddin Muhammad Babur defeated to Ibrahim Khan Lodi, the last ruler of Lodi dynasty. The Mughal dynasty time period was 1526 to 1707. So student, this was the complete rule of Muslim rule, Muslim kingdom, Muslim dynasty, Delhi Sultanate, Mughal Sultanate in medieval period. That time period was 8th to 18th century. And one more important point, whatever the explanations students I am giving to you, these explanations are very important for your chapter from traders to rulers, because this is I am giving the basics to you. You have to note down in your any history, any SST practice, any other notepad and practice copy and rough copy. These are my basic notes. I never start the chapter, even in my school students, with school students, never start the chapter directly. Student, this is this chapter and this chapter. Whenever I start my chapter, I always connect my present chapter to my previous one, my background. I always give the background of the chapter. Then I come to my main topic. So from traders to rulers, because this is very lengthy chapter, so for this we have to go through the completely the basic part, the basic history of the chapter. Why the history is important, why there is the significance of history, why the history is classified, who classified in these 3 categories, why this period is known as ancient Hindu, why the medieval period known as a Muslim period, why the modern period is known as a British period. Generally, when we read the book, so simply we just conveying and explaining to the student, this is the definition, this, that, and this is said by the James Mill. But we never explain to our students in broader terms, in broader manners. Being a good SST teacher, always he or she should be go in the depth of the chapter, should always try to catch the mind of their children, of the students. Whatever I am explaining to my student, that should all be grasped by students. Whatever I have given the details to them, that should be completely fitted in their mind. Right? It should not be like that after 2 and 3 days, if anybody is asking to them, yes, what your teacher taught you about the chapter from traders to rulers, and the students are completely blank. Whatever we are giving to our students, that should be the data should be recorded in their mind forever, hamesha ke liye. And that will work for their improvement, that will work for their success, that will work for their achievements, and that will work for their coming entrance exams and coming whatever the entrance exams means they want to be appeared, their government exams or whatever. Because students, I want to say that this is the basic platform for competitive exams, for just to crack any government exam. The basic platform, it starts from 6th class onwards. 6th class onwards, we have to focus on a study. Or when we talk about the GK, now SST, so we have to focus on our GK and SST from the beginning, and that is started from, that platform starts from 6th class onwards to your 12th class. Because after the 12th class, you have to be prepared for your competitive exams to take the admission in any recognized university, in government universities, or in any other courses. So now students, whatever the points I am giving to you, you have to please note down. If I am writing on the board, then have to note down your copies, in online copies. I always convey to my class students or my online class students, जो मेरी online class के लिए, right? If I am explaining to you, have to listen to me properly and just note down my important points, my valuable information immediately in your copies. So now students, I would like to conclude my last point, that was the modern period. James Mill said that the modern period that was starting from 18th century onwards to till. He said that the modern period was also known as a British period. Why he said that this period was known as a British period? Because there was a European traders after the decline of the Mughal dynasty. Now there was a completely slowly the European traders trying to grab our country, trying to encroach our country politically, economically, socially, religiously, in all perspectives of life. Because all we know that the European traders were firstly the Portuguese came in our country. After that the Dutchies and the Francis and the Britishers. These were the 4 European traders, famous European traders. Their mottos were only to have the trading relations with our country. But later on, their mottos were changed. And the Britishers was the first one, the British East India Company, which was established in 1600 AD. These 3 were shunned out by the Britishers. Portuguese were shunned out by the Britishers. Dutchies were shunned out by the Britishers. Francis were shunned out by the Britishers. There was a battle between the Britishers and the Francis. Anglo-French were first, Anglo-French were second, and Anglo-French were third, which is also known as Anglo-Carnatic War. Anglo-Carnatic War first, Anglo-Carnatic War second, Anglo-Carnatic War third. So now students, these 3 were shunned out by the Britishers, Portuguese, Dutchies and Francis, and now there was a whole soul, the one company, one European trader, one European company, that was a British India Company, which ruled our country near about 300 years, till 1947. So according to James Mill, the modern period, after the decline of Mughal dynasty, after the 18th century onward, there was a modern period was started, which was known as the British period, because that period was completely ruled by the British Empire. Politically, they ruled to us. Economically, they capture our economic system. Socially, they capture our social system of India. Religiously, they try to capture. Educationally, introduction of English medium, that is completely the legacy of the British Empire. It is a contribution, a great contribution to our country, the medium of instruction. English. It was introduced by the Britishers. So means to say that, student, that when we talk about the classification of history by the James Mill, that ancient period, medieval period, modern period, that was completely, we have to go through in the detail what was the ancient period of India, what was the medieval period of India, what was the modern period of India. Then we have to come to our main chapter, history, lesson 2, from traders to rulers. So easily you will grasp, easily you will able to understand the basic content of the chapter. So student, whatever I just explained to you in the online class today, you all have to note down. And one more thing, there is a description box where I have given my phone number. If you are having any doubt or query here, if you want to join my online SST classes for getting the valuable information, for better explanation of the chapter, you can contact to me. I will give you the best to best my teaching, best to best my explanation, best to best my notes to my students. Thank you, students, for attending my online class. Thank you, students.